That E36 was a mess.
It was fast though.
It was fast
for a non-M.
It was fast on the video.
Was it an M3?
It's fast on the video.
Which one?
Both of them. Anyway. Wait, do you remember that day we picked up Shermanator?
I do.
It was
your
3
split
E46 M3s up the M40.
Yep.
That was cool.
That was
track
cool.
cars.
One of them was 40 horsepower more than the rest of them, but they're all neck and neck. Where's Ed?
Who? Big lit guy.
Welcome back to the RatDog podcast. I can't. This is like rubbing your belly and patting your head at the same time.
Like this?
I can't do it. Yeah, I can't. I can't really
Can
do
you?
it.
I can't do it the other way though. I can only do it that way.
Just that way.
Yeah.
Okay.
Someone called you autistic the other day on a video.
Okay.
I'd like to clarify. Jake's autistic.
Yeah.
I was only covering up my ITB trumpets because he started doing it. And then he came over to me and was like, come have a look at this. Yes, compression, Jake.
Yeah.
Very good.
It was late. These things happen at late at night.
It was late. It was late.
It was funny. It was funny. Okay. So how was everyone's week? If we can actually,
Why don't
we
we
had good weeks actually.
Yeah. Why don't you start? Why don't we start
Me,
with you?
I had a good week. I went to a track day with Peter Trander, and we went really fast in his M3. And then when we got back, we realised that we didn't really.
We didn't actually go that fast. No.
There was a lot of we.
I was in the car with him.
It felt like a win.
We were travelling together.
It felt like a win, John, didn't it? At the time.
No, that was a good improvement.
Mm-hmm.
I think if we go back, we could get a 16, 15. We could get you
We'll get
down
there.
in the good times.
On a 15 at least.
Yeah, you could be one of the fast boys.
Yeah.
I mean, if you don't coast into the first two corners, you'll be all right.
Johnson, I had to coast.
I said you have to.
You said no throttle.
Yeah, because you have to be carrying enough speed not to be going back on the throttle.
But I'm braking too much to not to.
Yeah, and I was like, come off, and you're still braking and downshifting. I'm like, ugh. I wanted you to feel the punishment of how slow you were going. I didn't want you to go back on the throttle.
I wanted to redeem myself by going back on the throttle.
But yeah, that was Castle Combe. Very good track. It's a lot better than I thought it was going to be. And that was pretty much the highlight of my week. What about you, Peter? How was your week?
There's no point in following me next because that was the highlight of my week also.
Yeah, track days.
Track day fun.
Let's just move on to these guys. They have so much to say.
Mine always starts with, I had a good week at work. And then most of my weekend was spent with you guys.
Yeah. Wait, what did we do at the weekend?
Lambo stuff.
Oh, we did Lambo stuff.
We did E46 stuff first.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then we did Lambo stuff.
So the crankshaft seal.
Yeah, that wasn't all the way in to begin with.
Yeah, that bust off and it was leaking all over the floor. And we put the gearbox back in. But we forgot something that I didn't include in the video because, like, you don't need to see it, do we? You forgot the breather.
I forgot the breather.
gearbox.
I did forget the breather.
Yeah.
That was my fault. Yeah.
So me and Nuno took the... Did we take the prop off? We didn't, did we?
You shouldn't need to.
No, we just kind of dropped the mount, dropped the exhaust.
Your skinny hands.
I wiggled my skinny arms into it. Nuno tried first, but I was the only one able to complete the task.
It's because Nuno lifts.
Yeah.
So he's got big arms.
I'm slender. I'm petite.
Skinny. That's just... Are you trying to sell yourself to this guy that you met at Castle Combe again?
Yo, so right.
Oh, snaked him out.
John likes them big sugar daddies, yeah.
Big ones.
Yo.
And John needs an AMG GTR Pro.
With hybrids.
So
He needs the bunk.
if you're roughly between 30 and 45
No, we're not.
years
Okay,
old,
no.
130 kg.
We're not.
Worked for a blue chip factory
We're
with
not-
a very solid pension that is accessible.
We're
and
not.
you got
doing-
disposable cash for track time, John is your man.
John's looking for
Are we
a
done?
sponsor.
John's going to get in trouble.
Are we done?
No, he's not.
I'm going to get in so
Chris-
much trouble.
So much trouble with Chris.
Chris knows we're joking.
No, because you share 50-50 with Chris, the cash.
Ah.
I think we could
Chris
both.
can have a Unimog.
I think we could both get a sugar daddy.
Exactly.
So it's
Exactly,
like 100% if
exactly.
we just add it all together.
Exactly.
Mess.
Yeah.
How was your week, Nuno?
It's all a blur, isn't it? When you reach...
Where's this going?
There's always a philosophy.
It's like some Andrew Tate-esque.
Every time
has
it's
to
like-
go
Well,
on.
I wasn't
Come on.
going into it, but when you reach such levels in
No.
No.
Doing this
no,
again.
no.
money's ringing. Just give me just 2 seconds.
Just
I
leave.
just got to take this.
Leave.
We usually, well, we had a dog philosophy the other week, didn't we? Oh, I'm just like a dog. I just don't know what day of week it is.
Yeah,
Now
you
we've
did
reached.
say that.
Now we've.
You
reached
got
I thought the
Good
saying was.
memory.
I thought the saying was different. Like a dog with 2 dicks. What was he
No,
talking
no,
about?
he said
No, there
he's
was no
he's
s-
like a dog. He doesn't know what day of the week it is.
Ah.
So any question we ask him is irrelevant because
Yeah.
we're not on his level. Anyway, should we
He probably only knows it's Monday because
We're having a podcast.
we're having a podcast.
Right. Yep. Mm-hmm.
should we ask? Let me not do the questions that he might want to get involved in because as much as we don't like him, we have to kind of be nice to him sometimes.
But this is progress since last week, though. He's
Yeah.
left.
He's left. He's
Only
respectfully
because
left.
we took the piss last
Yeah.
time. It was quite good. I liked it.
Thoughts on turbo S54s, S52s, S38s, and M54s and M52s. So just turbo BMW engines that shouldn't be turbo. This is right up
exactly that.
This is right up your alley.
If you have an S engine,
Yeah.
do not give it give it boost. Do not turbocharge it.
Unless it came
Unless
with
it came
boost.
with it.
What's
Do
an
not-
S38?
I don't know. It must be some old thing, like a E34 engine. I don't know. I don't
Sounds
know.
old.
It's yeah.
I think if you've got an M engine, go ahead. They're cheap engines. Do what you want.
No, but will it work though? It doesn't matter if they're cheap. Do they just blow up?
Uh,
M engines are normally good.
yeah, but I don't want that.
M54s are okay with 350. In fact, Alpina say 350 shouldn't change the mileage of the engine, like as in
The lifespan.
the
they claim.
lifespan of the engine.
7-8 psi on an M engine.
Turbo or
Yeah.
supercharged?
They supercharge.
Either
but like
or.
it's the same thing.
Either
isn't
or.
it? Same thing's happening at the end, isn't it?
Okay.
Either or.
And M50s, sorry, M50s, the
Yeah.
iron block ones.
Yep. No
They
problem.
love a turbo.
I've seen too many S65s that crack blocks in
Yeah.
half with boost pressure.
Superchargers.
Superchargers, yeah.
And is that because of the boost, or is it because they get too hot?
Could be heat, but with supercharged stuff, you have no control. It's just the pulley's the pulley. You can't bring it down. You can't adjust it. So you've reduced the ignition, which is going to create extra heat,
Mm-hmm.
and then all you can really do is richen it up, so that you try and control the temperature a little bit.
Do you have to run separate NOx sensors?
No, you can use the OEM stuff.
Oh, ionic.
Ionic. Tap,
Ionic.
tap, tap.
And
So where do they crack? When you say they crack down...
Apparently, between the V
oh wow, just like in half,
Yeah, like in
that,
half.
like a cartoon.
in half, and these are like, what's the popular kits for them? ESS, I think it is.
ESS.
Yeah.
I think it's those sort of 700 horsepower ones.
Okay, well that's
They
your
make
advice.
that much power?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they make bare power.
Yeah, well, no wonder they're cracking.
Which is why I don't want him
it's
to
a
do
V8.
his V10, but it's too late now.
No, V10's different.
V10's different.
It's
A
different.
V10's different.
It's not a
And that
modular
engine is
It's
different.
not, it's not in any way linked to an S65.
Different gravy.
Okay.
It's different.
You missed,
You said 7-8 psi is okay,
Yeah, let's do that.
and it's a 10-cylinder.
10 cylinder. Okay. So
We're talking about turbo engines,
should we get onto
turbo and BMW engines in particular that shouldn't be turbo,
M or S engines.
like S85s and.
go on, give us a little input.
I can hear the pigeons through the microphone.
We are outside.
Can you hear them?
Get a little bit closer. Get a little.
Okay. What's the input? What are we after? What do you want me to say?
BMW engines. shouldn't
People
be
generally
turbo.
don't like me that much, so my input's probably not that valid.
No, people like you. You've
They
got a
do
good
like you.
cult following,
I
but then when
know.
people don't like you, they don't like you.
That's because they're dickheads, blood. So, what are we talking about?
We're going to turbocharge M engines, but not the S engines, apart from one in particular.
Why?
Because you're doing it, so we have to be
So we
nice
have to
you.
just listen to what you want and then do it.
Support your decision.
Yeah.
We're here for
That's a
you.
good group of friends, isn't it? But what were you asking me?
We got asked a question
Should
about what's
we-
our thoughts on turboing M engines and S engines.
I don't know anything about M engines because I don't think I've ever really owned one.
You have, but
What?
you've owned loads of non-M cars.
Huh?
Like 3?
We counted 24 BMWs,
Mm-hmm.
and like 14 of them were M cars. So the rest were,
I had a 645
yeah,
for like a week.
you had a 520D.
7
Yeah, the
Series.
diesels don't. I don't
You had
count
a-
diesel as like a car for fun. A diesel's a fucking diesel, right?
then,
And they're
like, you had a
turboed.
7 Series.
Yeah, but yeah, exactly. I had a 7
And
Series.
then you had
'cause-
an E36.
yeah, all of
And
those.
then you had a...
You barely drove them.
I didn't drive any of them.
Well, then you've owned them. Stop just say you like your S. You
My
just stop
car park
modifying.
owned them, and then I made a profit on all of them, and then we move on.
Okay, all right. Anyway, next question.
Next question.
Should we just move straight on to this news? This burning news that
What
everyone
news?
wants to talk about?
What's the burning news?
Isn't
Bombardier crash that's happened 2 days ago. Is it 2 days
The
ago?
Nürburgring is delivering us content weekly, currently.
So this crash involved a GT3 RS and a UK plate.
M2.
M2.
F82, F87, M2.
Mm.
Yep.
Tuned by Peter Trender.
Tuned
It
by
was
Peter
tuned
Trundle.
by
That is-
me.
That is Peter. That's your boy.
Some
That's the boy.
spiky,
Customer.
I didn't even know I
torque
tuned
curve.
it.
That is your boy still.
So, thoughts?
Who's at fault?
Who's at fault?
Let's start
Both
there.
cars.
The M2's at fault.
Both cars.
No,
Both-
the
Sorry.
both.
M2's at fault.
Both cars.
I'm sorry, the M2's at fault.
Why?
Both.
Just look in your mirrors. What are you doing?
It's a road, John. It's not a racetrack.
Just open the door. And
How do you
then-
overtake on the road? Do you
In
indicate?
lanes.
Do you indicate?
I don't really overtake that much.
Oh no, because you drive a slow car. But on a track like that, and we've covered this many times, on something like the ring, if a fast car's coming up behind you, you see it. Maybe you don't see it, but still, you put your indicator on to go. I've seen you. You can come past me. There was no indication. There was no flashing of lights from either party.
Yeah, there wasn't, to be fair.
Was the Porsche owner the first time they've been to the ring?
Yeah, man didn't even get.
No.
It
Okay.
wasn't their first time, but it was their first lap in that car.
First lap of the day for both drivers.
So first quarter of a lap.
Like
Of the day.
5 minutes, track open, and they closed it, shut down, lockdown.
Ladies and gentlemen, the track is now shut.
No, I do think it is both of their faults, but I'd be more angry at the M2 owner.
I'd be angry at myself as the Porsche owner.
Yeah, I would. At the point you're going for it and you're already going towards the curb, at that point you should be going,
It's the
I'm going to
point-
slow down.
It's the point of impact. Like he couldn't like. It's when the M2 tapped the Porsche. He tapped the rear off the Porsche, so he's already seen like the bonnet and the A pillar. It's like why?
Right hand drive.
Plus the Porsche went onto the curb and maybe went,
Watching too much N24.
It's just a yeah.
I think it's just a typical type of accident that's only too
It's just-
often occurring
It's
on
an
the
amateur
ring
accident,
at the minute,
but at high speed.
where I'm in a faster car, I'm going to try and overtake, there's a gap, I'm going for it. It's not a gap.
The Porsche is not faster than the BMW. Not in a straight line.
I didn't say fast car.
You said faster.
The thought behind...
Is the Porsche not faster than that?
A 992
No, it's a
RS.
non-comp.
Yeah.
It's a non-comp though.
Oh,
No.
it's a non-comp.
Yeah, GT3 RS.
Right.
But it's got the TRS
So
source.
it's about 400, 420.
Sorry, I thought it was a
Yeah, it's not a comp.
competition.
No, competizione.
But
Okay.
maybe there was a thought
My
behind the
bad.
Porsche driver that I'm in a faster vehicle. Whether they accept it or not, how many times have we pushed a Porsche around the ring?
Ego, yes.
Yeah.
So whether there's a level of that, but it's just a typical accident that really shouldn't have happened if both were actually paying some attention.
That's true.
That's my opinion, but I would like. I think
He's been itching.
He's like
he's
itching.
itching because
No,
he's
no.
not said a single
He's not
word.
said anything.
I'm just trying to be more diplomatic.
No, say what you're feeling.
No, I want to
Say
hear.
what you
I
feel.
want to hear what everyone else thinks first.
We've said our piece. Go on. Then.
You haven't said yours.
No, so I agree with Jake. It's exactly the same. Both are at fault.
Okay, so this is
Strap yourselves in, people.
this is how I see it. This accident will go down 50-50 because no German cars involved and no one injured. The argument will be
Well, no one dead.
Even though it was an airlift.
No one
No one's injured.
I
There was
mean,
an airlift.
They've got like shoulder rash
Yeah,
from
that's
the
it.
harness and stuff on the GT3 RS, but like everyone's
Damn.
cool. Everyone's cool.
He was
Like,
like 13 foot in the air.
in the grand scheme of
Damn.
everything, yeah. Like
But that crashed bad.
yeah. New cars.
Amazing.
Anyway, no German cars involved, no one seriously injured, and the argument will be M2 hit Porsche.
Mm-hmm.
Porsche was speeding on a national highway, and that's it. They will say, you pay that, and then you share the costs of the track. That's literally how it will go. It's too much ag for the authorities and for the track involved to try and piece together whose fault it is.
and to pin it on one particular
But
party.
if and everyone's going to hate me for this, but unlike most people that probably are talking bollocks about this accident, I've got a reasonable amount of laps under my belt, and I think I know how the track flows. The BMW never opened a door.
Yeah.
The BMW was driving in a straight line, and the track kinks, which means that he washed out to the right-hand side.
So there was no steering.
And then he
but-
followed back into where he thought the track was going, which was closing the door. As a seasoned driver, which the Porsche driver is supposed to be, you should be able to see that M2 wobble about everywhere. That M2 was all over the track because he doesn't know where he's... Was that his first time there?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah. You can tell he had no idea where he was going.
You can tell because he had a UK sticker on the back of his car.
That's not how you can tell, because I've driven around with fucking what they call the thing, the novice cross
Yeah,
on,
I've done
on the
it.
back of my car, right? So yeah, that's probably one giveaway. But the other giveaway is that he's fucking snaking, exiting Flugplatz, going into Schreding. You don't do that. It's a very, very easy flowing line.
And if a car is not next to that curb on that corner,
Yeah,
you avoid it.
yeah. And you can like just watch it over and over and over. You can see that M2 goes in a straight line because he doesn't know the car kinks to the left, washes out wide, and then goes, this corner's kinking to the left, and then turns in.
Yeah.
As he's doing that, the GT3 RS just sends it up on the inside. If I was to be completely impartial, obviously it's 50-50, but I would say it's more on the Porsche, being a seasoned driver, being the faster car, going for the overtake, than it is on the car in front.
And that's a brutal curb.
That's my take.
That's not a curb you can take.
No, you don't.
You don't hit that curb.
One doesn't simply take the curb down to SK.
No.
Yeah.
I would argue that even without impact from the M2,
He would have lost control.
it's hard to say. But if he kept it together after that, he would have done very well.
I think there would have been a lot of correction after coming off that curb.
Yeah, probably.
I've seen race cars come off that curb and they're very
It's-
twitchy with
Yeah,
professional
it's
drivers.
It's not good. It's not good.
It's a bad curb. It's
Yeah.
not. It's not
But-
supposed to be hit.
But yeah, so someone will be on the other side of the YouTube saying, but no one was wearing a helmet and they survived. Cool, just carry on doing that shit. See what happens.
Very lucky.
Yeah.
Very
Are we
lucky.
all in agreement? Almost.
I think so.
With a 50-50.
50-50.
It'll go-
People that don't look in their mirrors still annoy me.
It will
though.
go 50-50, and in reality, it is a 50-50 accident.
Yeah. Oh,
Yes, the BMW drove into the Porsche. But one could say the Porsche just drove into where he shouldn't have been in.
Yeah. Wouldn't have drove into that space. The Porsche's in there already. I remember my first
The
laps.
damage, the absolute carnage afterwards.
Incredible.
It is film.
The horn on the whole
Spectacular.
time.
Like an apocalypse. It was just...
It's amazing.
That's why you
there's
need a
carbon
4K.
ceramic, there's a whole suspension
Whoever
corner, there's a
filmed-
fire.
Whoever
there's-
filmed that one clip,
Yeah.
I don't care about anything else. Just that one clip where it starts with the hub, then the fuel tank on fire, then the chaos and the horn's still going off on the 3RS.
It's like some 28 years later. Isn't
It's-
it?
Yeah.
Like where Carnage is
Zombie apocalypse.
28 seconds later.
It's eerie.
Literally onto the track.
It's eerie.
it is, isn't it?
Why?
Because
It
we
was
didn't
like-
know if they were dead or not.
It was like when
And-
I was standing by my car and there was 7 fire engines and 2 helicopters on track and nobody knew what was happening inside
The vehicle.
the one other car that was involved.
Mm-hmm.
And it was all just very...
Quiet.
Tense.
Like there
Pause.
was... I've never seen 40, 50 firefighters in one place at the same time.
And
Like,
arguably, if you had shown people, there's the result of one accident, and there's the result of said Yaris, an unfortunate driver,
yeah.
and had a vote on which one was a fatality,
You would have think.
Yeah.
you would look at the Yaris and go, no, that one's the front car
Yeah.
the missing. It flipped over. It was up in the air.
Oh, German cars.
Crash good.
They crash good. How's your... Oh,
It was
you
on
got,
that. Done that.
you got a British car.
Carbon tub. Come on.
Yeah,
Made
they probably
in-
crack like an egg.
Like an egg.
Egg.
How much
How
crack
many?
you fry?
How many?
How many monocoque you fry?
The British.
Very good. Anyway, that was that over.
You had to bring that one up, didn't you?
We had to because it's current. It's current. I might put some clips and stuff in and stuff. Seeing that everyone's putting clips up. So
Can we also, while we're on the clip situation, just whoever's going to listen to this, not that many people, but whoever does, if you ever think about sending us a photo of an accident at the Nürburgring because you want us to commentate about it, you don't need to send us the photos and the videos. I can promise you now, we
already
get
got them.
that stuff
Already
as
got
it
them.
happens.
Already got them.
Not a day later, not 2 days later, not sent by someone who sends
was-
someone
it was like
something.
Forwarded many
20
times.
minutes, wasn't it?
We get it, okay? We get it. So all you have to do is just ask the question. We know exactly what you're talking about.
We get the message that the track's been closed, and then we get the photos.
Yeah. But
Immediately.
It's good.
anyway, this one's a good
Contact.
one. Next country for a road trip special, basically.
What?
Next.
What?
road trip.
I'm sorry. I'm
taking a-
like reading it and it
No,
doesn't
that's-
make sense. Jack's like written it down weird. Next country for a road trip or special or whatever we're doing. What's the next thing?
It's not down to us.
It's down to Nuno.
It's down to Nuno.
No.
Go on.
Why?
I still like my special idea.
What's your special idea?
To fly into a country and we all go off separately vlogging to buy cars, modify them, tune them, go to a drag strip and just do it separately and then join together.
So this is
We
the
for
guy.
the event.
This is the guy that's got numerous contacts in several countries that
Yeah.
build cars, tune cars.
I will end up with a faster car.
Yeah, like we've already discussed this. He's just gonna cheat.
You can't
He's gonna
cheat.
turn up with a TCR car.
No,
We
we have
already said
budgets.
it.
Budgets.
You can't set a budget.
Of course we can.
I have an idea for this. All right? Hear me out.
Ram your special.
Well, there is 4 fish bowls.
Ooh, fish.
So we-
Now we're talking.
1 fish bowl, countries of destination.
This is like a swingers party where you
Yeah.
put all your keys in.
He's had to fuck it up, didn't
Sorry.
he?
No, it's exciting.
It's not a swingers party. It's the lottery.
Okay. With countries in bowl 1.
Countries.
Bowl 2.
Budgets.
Oh,
Oh, we're separate budgets.
No. The
Okay.
budget for everyone is what comes out.
But you've already said you'd cheat regardless.
Yeah, but I wouldn't because it'd be like set budget. If I was doing it your way, I'd buy a TCR car or
and an
a
Arctic
Super
Lorry.
Trofeo or Ferrari Challenge, something. I'd sell it as soon as I got back in the UK. I get my money back, but I'd just win.
And just win, yeah. Just
Or I'd buy an R8 GT4 and be like, I know how to drive this.
Come here. Get there.
What's in the
Split
last
in
two
half.
bowls?
So we've
bowl
got
3.
destination. We have
Budget.
budget. We have mode of transport we
Okay.
are allowed to use to obtain cars or parts.
You're bollocksed if it's a bike.
Exactly. See what I mean?
What if
See
you,
what
what
I
if you
mean?
pull out scooter?
Then who? When we're fucked.
What if it's
We're not
swimming and
right.
John can't do it?
I'm from the Caribbean. I can swim. We've been over this.
I've never seen you swim. Have you ever
Neither
seen
Neither
him
have I.
swim?
Neither have
Hey,
I.
they got to the island somehow, so
Yo.
Boat.
and then they get off the island.
Yeah, they did. We lent them a boat, didn't we?
The Portuguese.
You did,
Yeah.
yeah.
Chill.
Sorry,
Not
sorry.
Gonna get
Fourth
cancelled.
bowl.
It's for you. It's not for me.
Fourth bowl.
I'll be honest with you. I haven't thought about the fourth.
So the fourth bowl's an empty one.
I think
That's where the car keys are.
I think the fourth. I think the fourth. We should have all different abilities to do stuff, but each gets to pick one out.
Okay.
If you know what I mean.
Yeah.
So I'm not
What,
saying
the
like
special power.
yeah.
A power up.
Like for example, and you don't have to show the
like
other person.
A trained technician.
What about
you
a
could
powered?
have-
Yeah.
What
or-
about a distraction? Imagine one of those key says Hugo on it with a light up. Sorry, Hugo. I do love you, really.
what about
Up to just drag
if,
him along everywhere.
if like one of your special powers says you have unlimited budget, regardless of what the budget says, and then we'll arrive and everyone's in their Citroen AX GTs, and I'm like Formula One car, and then I go, I got the get out of fucking jail free card, boys,
Yeah, that would be funny.
Okay.
That would be funny.
and then at the end, whoever is the slowest has a forfeit. Drive the truck back to England, or sit with the driver back to England.
Oh,
that's painful,
We get to
isn't
know
Yeah,
each
yeah.
other.
You would. Top to tail in that truck.
Oh, that's weird, man.
You want the shower? What the?
We want to do Ireland, don't we? Though,
I'd like to do
a little
Ireland at some
intermission kind of thing, though.
Like a little short one this year.
Like
Long
a little,
weekend, 4-dayer.
like a little ting. West
coast.
Coast of Ireland. We'll just do the whole coast.
With the track cars.
What track cars?
What track was?
You can take your leaky thing.
You can take anything you want.
Take anything you want then.
Take anything you want.
Take the X5.
Would you take this or the?
E46.
You
Take
take
the
the E46.
Yeah.
Ferrari.
Stop.
Well, now it's been exported.
No.
Isn't it easier to export it to another country?
What's that?
What, you're alright?
Sorted.
Which
You're
one?
alright.
Oh yeah, my R8 is not a UK vehicle.
Well, it doesn't exist here apparently.
It doesn't. But I
According
can
to-
insure it, tax it.
According to
and MOT it.
DVLA.
Mm-hmm. No, because the DVL are going to check now.
Thoughts on sim racing? Does it help develop techniques in the real world?
Don't know. Never done it.
Of course it does.
Never done it.
Of course it does. Look at modern motorsport. That's all they use now.
I think they use that more than anything for data.
Yeah.
And setup.
Do you reckon not for setup?
They
But
do
would
a
it-
lot. F1 cars do a lot of sim racing for setup.
If it's for setup though, would that not help you with
Helping a race
just
engineer.
driving full stop?
I think it's for the. I think it's for the driver more than anything because the simulation can actually come up with a setup that's the fastest possible way to go around that track.
For your-
But the driver might not be able to drive it like the computer
Mhm.
Well, the
because the
car
car's
might
too
not-
twitchy or
Yeah.
it's too hard to drive or whatever.
Might have not had
So
the
then-
ability.
Yeah, they do that, from my understanding, and then they sort of dial back to see what the maximum that the driver can actually extract out of that vehicle.
Did that die? Oh,
Yo,
We lost our wide shot.
Oh, that's a shame. Yeah, I've never really been on a sim. I struggle because there's no feeling.
you don't have any feeling.
You just mash that pedal.
oh,
You drive with rigger boots.
I have done.
You're like, we spoke about this before. You're like Link from Zelda.
to this.
You know when they get,
Yeah.
you know Zelda, the game. Link, the little fucking, what's it called?
Yeah.
What are they? Them character people with the long ears. They
Elves?
elf.
Are
Yeah,
they an elf?
that's you. You're an elf, and you're on like level 3 where you got to go underwater. So you get the iron boots that sink you to the bottom.
Am I that bad on the pedal?
That is you on the accelerator pedal.
Yes.
Which some people would argue saying it's good because you're on the throttle or you're off. That's how a lot of racing drivers are successful. But you're like in the firewall. You're like in the engine bay. There's no finesse, is there?
You are.
I'm getting better.
I'm not trying to offend him, but
There's no offence.
You're
We're
very.
all friends here.
You're rough. You're rough.
I'm a little bit.
I mean, I've never met anyone to beep 17 times on one TF lap
There's not much finesse.
They know I'm there, though.
to 16 different
They
cars.
do.
They know I'm there.
Oh, they know you're there
Exactly.
because you're parked inside them.
Exactly.
You're like a little angry man.
I pay for that.
You did pay for
There's
it.
always another lap.
Let me check these cameras quickly.
Yeah, okay, cool.
You lot
Good
carry
chat.
on.
What are we going to talk about? We're
Listen.
going to continue driving about my driving style.
There is never another lap with Jake. Every lap is the last lap. Which is a good way to look at it because it's not one last lap. One
No, he
last
never
lap is
says it.
how you crash.
Yeah.
He never says it. It's a last lap every time. So it's not the long one last one. It's the last time.
Yeah.
Every time's last lap.
But I like that feeling. I have to have that kinetic feeling of what's going on with the car and learning it. And you can always dial it back a bit, but then that just makes you a bit slower.
Man said kinetic.
Man said dialing it back a bit.
I like it when you said, well, you've not left much on the table.
Yeah, because it doesn't feel like you do.
There is a lot left on the table.
Mm-hmm.
There is.
Mm-hmm. Like there's loads
I'm gonna,
left.
I, like
Loads-
if
there's loads left in that pot of mousse right now. Isn't there?
if this table was wood,
Yes. But it's not.
okay, well, the only place I've ever come off on the grass
Grass.
is in the wet at Donington. Just saying. It's the only time I've ever come off the track.
Whose car?
Not, yeah, I did it in Delamere's,
And the
but
92.
that was on slicks, and I did it in the 92.
So you've
Are we
come off
talking about?
twice,
Are
actually.
we talking about you spinning?
I said the only place I've come off. I didn't say how many
Donington,
times I've
same
come
corner.
off. Same corner, trying to drift it.
Why
I
is-
don't think
why
I've
is that?
ever spun off the track. Have
I-
I ever come off?
I have never come off either.
Oh,
but-
bitch, you.
It's I mean, it's technically
RX, RX8.
RX8.
No. Did I come off?
The Armco kept you in. The tyre wall
Yeah,
kept
I
you
was
in.
still in the track.
Still in the track.
Yeah.
I've had some very close calls. Very close.
Oh no, the 325 on the phone to you.
Oh yeah.
RS7.
No. That
We
was
stayed on the
didn't-
track.
We stayed on the track. What
On
do
the
you
track
mean?
the whole time.
About 170 miles an
No, it
hour.
was more. It was like 180. We did the jump at 180, and then
No.
I don't know how we got around SK, but
No.
we did.
It was very
You
well
did.
controlled.
I had to come back on the power. That's how unsettled it was.
Did you ever have any accidents in the smart car series?
No.
No bumper to bumper.
Battle, but no.
No offs.
No offs. Oh no, I spun it actually. I spun it at Snetterton.
There we go.
The back end it had no power steering. The tires were cold, and I just spun.
Do they not have power steering?
They do, but that one didn't. It was a pig to drive. It was the hardest thing to drive.
I can feel the notchiness from here.
Oh, it was horrible, and it comes with electric power steering as just standard,
Which is
so it's
terrible
even
anyway.
worse. You're just fighting it,
Why didn't you leave that
and the
on?
torque steer because it's turbo and it's got like 1 million horsepower. You just like the steering was like jerking every time you change gear, and
Were they manual? Oh, okay.
yeah, man can drive.
I'm not saying you can't drive. I asked if the car was fucking manual.
Man can drive.
That doesn't. How about you, Peter?
I love when John talks about driving, he turns into Nuno. It's the only aspect of his life that he turns into Nuno.
A little bit.
Because
Just this ego
Because-
comes out of nowhere when it comes
because
to
man-
You
driving.
don't know what you're
Because
talking
man
about.
can drive.
because man can drive.
What do you mean?
You just mass pedals. It's the car that's keeping you safe. Oh, the TC's doing all the work for
It's
you.
my
The
special.
ABS.
It's my special power.
What? Driving?
Yeah.
That's
Go.
a great idea.
What?
Someone else can drive for you.
No, I'd be so upset. I wouldn't participate. What do you mean
Peter
I can't
would.
drive?
No, I want to drive. I'll be slow. I'll take
The
the
whole
forfeit.
thing is about you driving. Let's just get some Nigel to sit next to you.
I'd just get like Frank Stifler or something.
Oh, you just,
I'm
oh,
joking,
a
I'm
good,
joking, I'm joking.
Race driver.
I'm joking.
like a good driver.
I wouldn't do that.
Yeah,
It's
no.
about us.
It's
Yeah, it's about us.
It's not about the stick. It's about
It sounds like
us.
a good idea.
It is a good idea.
It is. It can be very chaotic, like very quickly.
Everything
we
we
need to narrow
do
down
is
the
a
options.
fucking good idea.
We need to narrow down the options so that it doesn't get ridiculous. We're not going to the Bahamas in
Of course.
pill P50s and
Okay.
On a Honda Cub.
okay. So
See you in 4 weeks.
next question: why have we chose BMWs, especially when we come from? He says come from Hondas, but not all of us have come from Hondas.
No.
Come from lesser cars and gone to BMW instead of Porsche, even though that we can afford to go with a more premium brand like Porsche. Why BMWs?
It's the value.
I want to say actually the full question was a lot more triggering actually. Just
Triggering
for
for
Nuno.
who?
Just for
Triggering.
Nuno. Because I will find it.
John is
I'll
loading up
find
the
it.
YouTube comments right now.
Have we not kind of covered
We did a little
a
bit.
little
We
bit
did.
of this?
We did a little bit.
What, last podcast?
Yeah.
A few ago.
No, I think
Because
it was on the last
I
one.
think the novelty of gapping a Porsche in a BMW is so much more satisfying.
Another German attacking a German.
And I just think the whole front-engined rear-wheel drive setup is just, it makes sense. It's what the car should be.
As Ferrari intended.
It's how God intended it.
Correct.
Not some rear-engine bitch
Yeah, that is
with
kind of
absolutely
shit.
no front end. It's a like,
And spending 25 years trying to make it actually good.
yeah. and like
Because the first ones are terrible. They only sold because they look good.
rocking it into corners, having to trail brakes because the front's just not doing anything. It's just not for me. It's not for
Just
me.
keep putting bigger tyres on the rear
Yeah, that will help.
until it gets grip.
Much lager.
Just put more wings on it.
You got front wheel drive as well. That's
True. That's true.
You have got some grip up front.
That's true.
No, we just and you've got a V12. You've not got a flat six.
I think the Porsche thing is. I honestly think it's about culture and appeal. You're either
Status.
a BMW person or you're an Audi person
Ugh.
Audi.
or
Yeah.
you're a Mercedes person
Yeah.
or you're a Porsche guy.
Mm-hmm.
I think where it gets exciting with questions like that is that people think Porsche is on the same level as Ferrari, Koenigsegg, Bugatti, Lamborghini, and all that shit. And the truth is, it's not. So when it's almost like condescending to say, why BMW and not Porsche? Like Porsche's on a higher level. They might make 3 cars that are slightly upper tier. Everything else is just run-of-the-mill dog shit.
Plasticky shit.
Yeah. So it's almost like the name.
It is though.
Oh, why don't you drive a Porsche? What the fuck do I want to drive that shit for?
Like you look at a
People are
3RS,
trying to carry it like it's, why don't you drive a Ferrari?
You look at
Do you know what I mean? They're putting it in that same bracket, but it don't carry the fucking weight.
No.
And okay, you've got the 992 stuff, which is warp speed around the racetrack. It's warp speed around the racetrack in what is known in the industry as the silver foil tyres, i.e. when there's testing that's happening at the Nürburgring, Michelin drop off specific road legal tyres that go back with Michelin after the laps for said cars. So everything that was seen on the internet, and it's not just Porsche, but everything was seen on the internet that makes or could allude for a brand to be on a higher tier is all marketing. It's all sales and marketing. So then it just boils down to whether you're a Billy and you eat the sales and marketing up and you think, oh, I've got the ultimate fucking car because I've got a Porsche. Or you actually like the brand and know how to drive that, or you like the other brand. And I think for us, we like the other brand. I don't think when you go to the nth degree with a BMW and with a Porsche, there's anything in it.
And no.
You have so much time to think about this.
Why?
I don't know.
It's just a fact.
I know, but like, I agree with everything. But like, why are you so like?
It is a good
He's
looking
thought
car.
about it a lot.
Yeah,
he
innit?
has thought about it a
You
lot.
know.
Who has?
You.
There's probably a lot of thought as
Well,
to.
Because none of us have done the Porsche thing, really.
Well, I've gone to buy a GT3 one time,
Interesting.
and Porsche said that I couldn't afford it, so I was like, okay, and bought something else instead after that. And then every time I've looked at a 991 GT3 RS, and I've got there, and I'm like, I can't spend the money on this. Like
It's not enough.
I'm honestly not being a knobhead, but I'm just like, there's some people that is their, and that's what I mean. It's about culture. There's some people that is their holy grail. Fucking cool. If that is the case, do it.
They've loved 911s from a very
it's
young
like it's like
age.
me with Murcielagos. Right, we ripped the Murcielago apart the other day. It's fucking box section and some carbon glued
So
together.
good.
Right,
So good.
but that's my
Few
thing.
rivets.
That is my thing. I
It
think the
is.
party pieces, the doors go up, the wings open up. There's a fucking unbelievable V12 in the back. Cool. And the design language.
It's how it all ties in together.
Yeah,
I understand.
But that's my
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
When I go to buy the two times I've gone to buy a 911, I purely look at them as a tool because they are the best. And I look at them and I go, man, fuck this. I'll buy an M4 for 30 grand. I'll drop 30 grand on it. And 1% of Porsche drivers at the ring
yeah. Very
can
few.
overtake me.
Yeah.
Mhm.
The rest can't do shit. So what's the fucking point? And then I look at the financials behind it. If I roll my BMW, I can get my cage out, my harnesses, I can get my SPAs out. There'll be some salvageable bits all over the place. My 60k, I'll probably get 20 grand back. It's cost me 40k. You
Go
roll
again.
your fucking 3RS, you're 150k in, ain't you?
It's gone.
Plastic across the track.
So it's as much. If you, I think to us, because there's no emotion behind the brand, we'd be buying them as tools, and then when you look at what tool you can buy for the value versus another one, it makes no sense. R8s,
Yeah.
70 grand, spend 30k making it into a GT4 car, 100 grand will
Obliterate most stuff.
If you can drive it, right, there is no hope in a Porsche hell. If your tyres are like for like, your brakes are like for like, it ain't doing it. The 3RS just hasn't got enough power.
And I
It's
don't
too
think
slow.
this is
It
saying
hasn't
that
got
we
that.
don't like Porsches.
No, that's
Because
not the case.
We look at a Porsche and we go, "That's
Like
it looks a
992s
good
are
car, but
We look at a
glorious.
3RS, and every time we're like, yeah, that's
Yeah.
fucking gangster.
that's cool."
But it's not
They look
my.
cool.
It's not
It's
my
not our
gangster.
thing.
Yeah.
It's
A
nice.
992.
992 GT3 RS. It looks
that's too
crazy.
much. It's
Yeah,
too
come on, man.
Oh, it looks
too
mental.
much.
It's got DRS, bruv.
much. No.
It's crazy.
And not like
come on.
McLaren bullshit DRS. I mean, like,
Real
it's
DRS.
got DRS.
Not just spoiler lifts.
I'd rather an ST.
But pound for pound, again, we buy.
Oh, Porsche.
Yeah, yeah.
Sorry.
Like an S. No,
Yeah,
you
yes,
look
no,
at me like I'm.
Oh,
yeah,
it's
ST,
on my
yeah,
Ford.
yeah, I was like,
no,
oh,
son.
Yeah, so you thought the same.
Yeah, I thought
You
so.
thought Ford.
ST Porsche.
No,
okay.
no,
Yeah, they're
no,
nice. I like
ST.
them.
Yeah, so GT3 RS engine with a 7 cog gearbox.
And a really light flywheel. Without the stupid plastic everywhere.
Mm.
I'm good, but that would do me.
Is it the Cayman GT4
Oh, I'd have a
RS?
GT4 RS.
No.
No, I'd
But
have a
would you?
GT4.
Would you
Yes.
for the money?
Not the that
What
they're
are they
at
at now?
now.
150.
Look at what else you can buy. You
GT4s
can buy
were
a,
cheap.
You can buy a Perf for 150 and have money left over.
I wouldn't have a Perf. I'd have the Porsche over a Perf.
Okay, well,
It's
you could
just
buy
personally.
you could buy a Black Series and spend another 50 grand on it.
Exactly. The Porsche, the value for money is not there.
You
I
could
would
build
go-
a
yeah,
GT3 car for that.
I understand, but Merc's a good value anyway, so it's not really.
600 LT for 130 grand, and it will be pretty much everything that you can buy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can we talk about Mercedes again?
Sure.
That was exciting.
What would you
for
like
me.
to talk about, Mercedes?
Oh, did you know that the 190e was the first production car with multi-link rear suspension?
Was it?
Yeah,
Ever?
that's why it was more successful than the E30. Well, not more, but like it was more competitive in DTM because they spent
that-
way
was that
more
a
money on
six-cylinder?
development than.
Straight six.
No, it's a four-cylinder.
Cylinder, turbo or non-turbo?
It's a 2.4 Cosworth.
Cosworth
What are you
engine.
talking about?
I don't know. I'm not a
190
Mercedes man.
Cos-
So it wasn't a Mercedes. It was Cosworth.
the car isn't the engine. The car is everything.
Mm-hmm.
It's a package. Oh,
At least BMW build their own
Mercedes.
engines.
Okay, yeah, I'll give you that one. Well,
You're trying to think of one they don't build, and you.
have BMW ever actually outsourced an engine? That's ooh.
Well, you had no.
No.
Well, what was the F1 car? Because that was BMW Cosworth, was it not?
No,
Was it not?
it was a Williams.
It was Williams.
Williams. That's
But who built
And
the
it was,
engine?
It was always BMW.
It was a
BMW
Williams
was
car with a BMW engine.
BMW.
V10.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's where it was the P80.
And even with the Le Mans car, the V12, that was a BMW.
That was
engine.
BMW.
BMW do engines
Yeah.
badly, but
Yeah. Of course.
But they're their own.
No,
they're
they
their
do engines really well.
no, they do. 'em
They just
well.
don't last.
Yeah, you just need to maintain them.
They might as well call themselves BMW Judd because they are lifetimed.
Yeah. In fact, the touring cars, the E36 touring cars, in qualifying, if you hit the red line, I think a set amount of times, like 7 times, you have to throw the engine in the bin. What do you mean? What do you mean you have
Bin
to
it.
throw the engine in the
Just
bin?
bin it.
Because I just gone.
You
Oh
just had a
no,
little-
that's one.
little counter.
6 pull tags.
No.
One of those little hand clickers.
Yeah.
We've only got
No, the lap counter. Full
we've
tag.
only got 2 more bub-ups.
Radio in. John, you've got one more red line. It's fucking wet. What do you want me to do?
9 hands. 9.
That's hilarious. But yeah, BMW do their engines, to be fair. I have to give them that.
So coming back to the question, I think it boils down to sort of value. There's a level of where you will just buy a car because that is your ultimate
No,
dream.
BMW
Yeah, get that.
Bun value. BMWs are cool.
Yeah, but
What do you
they're very
mean?
good value.
What do you mean? No. You
No.
see you're on the ring. You see
No.
a Porsche bus past you. It's like, okay, cool. You're probably gonna hit an M2 or something.
There's an extra facet.
You see a fast
more.
BMW bus past you. You're like, oh, what? He's gonna die. Right? He made that next corner. Right, he's gone.
Yeah.
Like there's none of that with a Porsche.
There's more to
What
it.
has actually built this Porsche hype? I'm trying to understand it.
This is
car
and I'm
wow.
like, hold on, and
car
I'm
wow.
thinking, and like BTG,
Oh, wow.
BTG wise, right? For self-drivers, not pay a fucking racing driver to come and drive your Porsche. For self-drivers,
Mm-hmm.
we have Alex Hart with a 639 on silver foil tyres.
Incredible though.
Has been proven on silver foil tyres.
But
He was,
like
he was
what?
on slicks.
Yeah, but 6.
Slicks.
You still have to be just chipping, bro.
Yeah.
What do you mean 639?
Yeah, it's fast.
It's fast.
With the Porsche
But he's a
thing,
Porsche driver. He's a
Yeah,
Porsche
yeah,
Cup
he's-
driver.
Yeah.
So he's a racing driver.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
He knows what he's
So
doing.
let's bin that.
Okay.
Okay.
Next.
There is almost just as many. Who's blowing wind?
It's a plane.
It's like stuff
Oh.
happening. We're outside.
There is almost just as many sub 7 BMWs privateers as there is Porsches. But the BMW, you have a choice. G80s will do it.
F80s,
F80s will do it.
E90.
F82s will do it. E92s will do it.
E46.
E46s are doing
will
it.
do it.
Yeah.
Mhm.
E36s are doing it.
36.
Yeah.
Death.
What else is doing it? M2s are doing it.
With what? And then a 36. It's standard. It's Euro car part disc, a decent pad,
Well, it's
suspension.
No,
they're
it's
quite-
not.
they're
it's
quite
not quite that simple.
not.
But what I'm saying is they're doing it. Yeah. What Porsches are going fast?
Don't take for Albus.
Manti Caymans
Are
or
they going
Manti GT3 or RSs and the
it.
GT2s.
You have to spend bucks.
So
No,
so the same car because a 911, a 911, and a 911 is a 911.
Mm-hmm. Imagine he's like old Boxsters and stuff. Why aren't they doing it?
Yeah, imagine an old Boxster going sub 7.
2.7 box stuff.
Yeah.
No, get the 3.2. 3.2 was good.
Mate, you can have the 8.9.
It ain't.
It
going
still ain't
sub-7.
fucking doing it, is it?
It is ridiculous though what some of those old BMs are doing.
They came up with a shape like a shape of a car that I think was very elegant at a time.
Who?
Porsche.
Probably.
Like an old Porsche.
Oh yeah, they're pretty.
They're very pretty. We seen one in Portimao and we all stopped to take a look round it. But not enough to then go, I want the best Porsche you can get, here's £250,000 or whatever.
It's just crazy.
Top range.
It's crazy.
What's the top range Porsche? Cost you new now. Best one you can get.
It's a 3RS, isn't it, at the minute?
Which is how much? Two.
I think they're 290 or 210 list plus options.
Mad, isn't it?
to get gap by an E92 on E46.
I spec
Embarrassing.
I spec'd one without Visac pack, and it was 219.
Without Weissach, you don't spec Porsches without Weissach
Why?
because they're not worth any. No, is it? No, without Sports Chrono. Sorry, my bad.
But that's the entire point of how and what I look for when I buy these things. I don't care for your Visac pack because of 30 kg in your carbon bonnet. I want to track fuck out the car.
Yeah.
If you're building a track car, build a track car. Don't build me a track car and then offer me a track car plus.
And yeah, parts.
And then all I'm going to do with my track car plus is go to Cars and Coffee. Just to say, yeah, mate, it's the Visac pack one.
And you see the way the water's beaded.
I got the magnesium rims.
That's ceramic wax, that.
Do you know? Yeah.
The benefit of the Porsche is you don't have to explain it to normies.
The benefit of just having a substantial bank account is I don't have to do that anyway.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I get that.
Oi,
I have to.
Why you
explain
drive a BMW? Fuck off.
oi, yellow
Flag
yellow.
today. Oh my god, I don't
Oh,
believe
the
it.
flag's up.
What's happening? What are we talking about?
No, Peter's basically saying he feels nice having his McLaren because he hasn't got to explain to people that he's got
you're
money.
That image guy.
Where-
Yeah, he is,
Big
because when he
image
shows
guy.
up in his M4,
He's like, oh,
he-
yeah,
he
it's
ha-
like- it's a big-
I bet
it's a
within
competition.
3 minutes every time. Yeah, I got McLaren though.
No, never,
But
This
you
is
do.
just my daily.
never.
Yeah.
Do you not?
No,
Like,
But how many people do you tell you've got a McLaren?
very rare. I don't want to. Don't need to.
Sure.
Oi,
I'm not that guy.
are you not?
Not that
You're
guy.
not that-
So why did you
God.
talk about with a Porsche? It's easy to explain.
Because if you have but if you have an M4, I've got these modifications on it and it's really fast and I've done this. Whereas the Porsche, it's
But
a
why?
Porsche.
Why do you even need to have that
So I get
conversation?
that part of it.
Why do you need to have that conversation?
Just ask them what their BTG is.
Uh-huh. Cool.
Ask them to get their Garmin out.
Big Garmin.
Big
guy.
Garmin guy.
Get me. You've got. Here's my iPad.
Well, he had to keep on hiding it every time he we don't time on track.
They've banned them.
We
They've
don't
banned
time
them.
on
They've
track.
banned them.
Have they?
Yeah.
Oi, they have this
I'll
race
show you
AI
John a
navigator
feature.
thing.
I'll show you John a feature. That
Yeah, and it guides you through all of the bits where you're slow and stuff. Oi, it's
AI?
Just, it's just
Yeah, AI and
it's like-
headphones.
I've seen a video on the AI coaching,
Yeah, that's
what
it,
it is.
that's it.
and
That's
it does work.
That's mad. Like ready to crash.
but you're
with
not
your
learning to
iPad.
drive.
No, of course not.
It's just saying you can brake later here.
Do it. Do it.
Your ABS did not.
Don't look in your mirrors.
Doesn't tell you your tyre pressures are too high,
Don't
your
check your
dampeners
tyre
are set
pressure.
wrong, or your spring rates are wrong.
There is a faster car approaching. Fuck it, close the door.
Peter did that. There was a Porsche behind you, Peter.
I didn't want to
Tell the
let him. I
people.
didn't want to let him pass.
Yeah, but you also need to be fast to not let
But I
him
didn't know how
pass.
fast he was until I let him pass.
And then he was like, oh,
He's quite fast actually.
he's gone.
Oh, he's gone.
Did you use your mirrors, Peter?
I did use my mirrors.
Did you
hilarious.
look in your
And I knew
mirrors
he
and
was
there
there,
wasn't a car there,
I
and
did
then
not
there was?
And then I didn't move. I was like, actually, I must move now.
You know the old
Indicator on.
RatDog rule. If it wasn't there and now it is, it's probably faster than you.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't. So
I just want to see how fast it is.
We need
well,
to
He's
bu-
lapped you, so probably pretty quick.
we need to book another track day, and I would like. Oh, you lot don't have track cards.
No.
Why can't? Can you just turn up anyway?
I own 4.
Well,
I got one in bits.
I think we should remodify the GTS.
No,
I would fully support you remodifying the GTS.
Uh-huh.
I wouldn't let him
You
do
have
it.
you have my blessing.
Look at her.
Why do you,
So the G-
why
where-
do you want that back on track?
Sorry, for context, if you're listening, in Nuno's garage, and the GTS is behind us again, and it's completely standard, which is very sad.
No, it's not. It's how it should be, other than the silly £50 notes down the side.
Wait, those
That's why I don't need to explain myself. to you.
Exactly.
just put £50 notes down the side of your BMW, and then that's it.
Okay, I'll do that then.
No, why? If you want an M4 to track, build one.
Well, while we're on the channel,
Yeah.
obviously there is a cost of living crisis, and
Have we got a
Is
picture?
there? Are you
And-
aware of that?
and
You know?
some of you may have an F82 M4 CS that you might need to sell quick. I'm interested.
I think we might have a buyer.
If you listen, he just adjusted his shades
That's
between
Words.
between the words.
I think they're like in the 30s now.
No.
For a
Yeah.
CS?
No.
Yeah. I want
Mid 40s.
Someone's really struggling.
No, I want a CS.
Why do you want a CS?
Because it's got a lot of the expensive parts already
Yeah.
on it.
It's got the carbon stuff. It's got like, the
Carbon. It's got
yeah.
GTS bonnet.
Mm-hmm.
It's got the door cards.
Okay, so
it's got the interior bits already nice.
got
It's
the
Save a
door
lot.
cards.
Yeah, it's got door cards.
got the OLED taillights.
OLEDs as well.
It's got titanium back box, most of them.
Everything but the splitter, the wing, and cage.
And the brakes?
Really?
No, you can get them with carbon
most of them
ceramics.
come in ceramics, but I wouldn't want that stuff
No,
anyway.
no.
We need
Just to sell 'em.
18s.
Just to sell
We need
'em.
A CS?
36,995
No!
What?
Mate, they
What?
were like 80 something.
for a white one as well, which
No,
is
come
nice.
on. That's a steal.
For
at
the
those
people that
OLEDs.
can't see, Nuno's showing us
A white.
a white CS for 30... what did you say?
36,995. So if it's up for 36,995, you're taking 34 and you're 33.
Mileage?
40k, 47,000.
Get it bought.
That's
I don't want to. I want it sub 30. If someone's got a CS, don't care about the color.
CS for sub 30.
For sub 30, I will purchase.
Well, obviously, anyone's going to purchase.
Yeah.
Well, no, because what? You can't just steal my fucking purchase advert.
If you find one, buy it. Don't give it. Don't send them the link.
Yeah, if you see one for 22, buy it. I'll buy it for 30.
Idiot.
Idiot, blood.
Idiot.
So,
boy.
no, I will not be modifying the GTS. I like that car.
But you did.
Yeah, but
Did you not like it then?
I did 260, 270 laps.
You've
on
already
it.
battered it. Let's just do it again.
No, he's cleaned it. He's
One
fixed
more
it.
round.
I have fixed the
He
whole
has
thing.
fixed a lot.
All of it. Everything I need is nice.
No.
Does it still
Yes.
No.
Still.
have heat shrink?
No.
Heat shrink. Oh, what, in the drive shaft?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, but we filmed,
Everything underneath is nice.
we filmed that and put it on the
Everything's
channel.
down.
And it's fine. It worked.
The only thing that's not working if I'm
Mm.
Water injection.
water
Mhm.
injection.
Oh,
Yeah.
yes.
But then that's a more
Mhm.
detrimental issue to that vehicle across the board.
I
isn't
would
it?
actually say that is now a historical bant.
No, you can't.
Because
no,
a
fix the tape.
700
Claim that.
Don't
a
be that guy.
750
No, don't leave it
horsepower
broken.
992 Turbo S couldn't gap a semi-limp moded M4
So there's a meme video of Nuno racing.
meme. We
Misha,
don't race.
uh,
We were having a pancake day out together.
driving together on the Nürburgring, Nordschleife. Misha was in a Turbo S
Mhm.
991, and
Michelin 2 Cups.
Michelin 2 Cup, and and Nuno was in his modified GTS, but was not power modified. In fact, it was running less power than it should have.
So on Peter Trander's dyno, the car made 516 horsepower standard
Yeah.
Mhm.
because it's a GTS.
Yep.
And
with the water injection working
Yes.
at that
Yeah,
point.
we're
Yes.
working. Yeah.
And I believe after tune, it made 532 horsepower.
That's a lot.
What, it made 16 horsepower?
But it gained like
But, like,
150 newton meters.
Just like
Yeah.
all of it.
With the water injection working. And then we got to Germany, and the water injection stopped working. So it's not really that it stopped working. There's a valve block. And someone previously, Simon, before me, who owned this, didn't use deionized water.
Who doesn't do
So it
that?
had
Would
iron
you
in it?
put tap water in the blood clot
ions.
thing.
It had
Yeah.
ions in it, yeah.
So ionized.
It was
That's
ionized
so
water.
annoying.
And it
What do
corroded.
you mean?
So basically, it ate the valve block, the aluminium valve block, and now it's blocked inside, and it can't get water through to the injectors at the front.
Can we not flush it? With
No,
acid?
George has
No.
tried everything. He's even tried ultrasonic cleaning it, the whole lot.
To replace.
It's just done.
And BMW don't sell the valve block alone. You have to
Oh.
buy the whole rear compartment, which is
Oh.
$5,000.
Oh,
So
You can't take the valve block apart. You can't.
George has done it. Cannot clean
It's
it.
probably
It's all
corroded to the point
CNC'd and
where
everything inside, isn't
And
it?
it-
The channels.
The tolerances are probably
can you
ridiculous.
bypass
and-
it?
What do
Just
you mean
full send?
bypass?
Yeah, full send.
Just
on.
open injectors.
Just
Uh-huh.
on.
On.
Like a top fuel dragster.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'll be honest with you. I don't really get overtaken that much, so I'm not that bothered.
Oi.
And it's an inconvenience having
it's
to
an
fill it up with water.
excuse
It's
if
just
he
another
does.
thing.
No, it's full of water.
That's
Just doesn't use it because it can't get it through into the lines. So yeah.
That is.
Fast as fuck, boy.
That's, to be fair, that's about it, guys.
So don't build a GTS. Buy a CS and
Yeah.
put all your parts on it.
I don't have any parts anymore. I sold them all
Buy
to
new parts.
Rob. Fuck. Rob. I forgot your name.
Rob
sorry.
Sands.
No.
In unison.
He ain't buying expensive shit.
He only selling it.
Who is Rob Sands?
I don't know.
He's a fan, and he's got Shermanator too.
He does. The one we collected, remember?
That's a cool car.
After
white-
it's
the
crashed
white
7
one.
times.
One with the
So
MOT.
this Shermanator 2 is a full Sherman E46, a white one.
Is it a full Sherman?
80%
It's
Sherman.
full.
80%
Is it
Sherman.
not?
No, it's not full Sherman.
It's not full Sherman.
80% no VIN, no?
Vin?
Oi,
What?
don't be dropping
Okay.
tea like this.
Sorry.
He's only here for the tea. You know
need to
this.
calm down.
Big,
Love you, Rob Sands.
big Q
So
plate,
that
yeah.
Big Q plate guy.
That car was a brand new shell from BMW. Like
Tom.
Yeah.
Tom.
The original
Schumacher.
shell was not that one.
Oh, Peter.
What?
No, that shell's from Tom.
That's original.
The original shell had the VIN,
Yeah.
which Richard Newbrook
Richard Newbrook's got
owns.
it, yeah.
Oh, we're just talking about tea. Okay, cool.
It's
We
not
love it.
tea, it's just the facts of life.
It's facts. The
The
internet
first
knows.
time that Johnny crashed it. Like he
Someone crashed
what?
it on a test drive.
T13 was it?
Someone crashed it on a test drive.
No, it's the
and,
first corner.
and then
Oh.
Richie
he just
Newbrook.
went straight.
No heel toe. No heel toe.
no, he'll tell
No,
you.
that was the last time he crashed.
Oh, I see.
Oh,
Twice.
so it's
twice.
It was crashed 3 times.
really cool car. Really cool car.
So Johnny spun and done the front end at Bergwerk
Oh yeah.
with Sean in the passenger seat,
Oh.
and then spent like 800,000 euro painting the front bumper.
What
and
do you mean
straightening it up.
€800,000?
No, 800 to 1,000 euro. Just painting the front bumper and tidying up the carbon because it was all cracked and shit.
And instantly crashed it again.
And then he didn't crash it.
Who did?
So there was a geezer with the GT3 RS, orange one,
So
that
someone that
crashed
doesn't
his.
know how to drive.
Yeah, hold on. Crashed his car at Carousel,
Oh yeah.
and Johnny felt bad for him and
Oh.
was like, "Oh, mate, first lap out or whatever. Just borrow my car." Bam, block shift at Tiergarten, just front end bliff off.
That's painful.
Q plate.
So then Johnny made the geezer buy the car off him. It's only right.
Mm-hmm.
Then the geezer repaired it, and then sold it to Rob Sands, and Rob Sands bought it on like a fucking
Did-
138-year payment plan or some shit.
Did Did Rob Sands buy Tim Morley's old E36? Was that someone else?
No, I don't think so.
Who bought Tim Morley's E36?
No, I don't.
know. No idea. No
I
idea.
remember this guy that was. Everyone kept to talking about him. yeah. Remember like old.
Chris King.
Yes! Just
Ah.
old school track stormer shit.
You're right, Joe.
Wasn't he gonna beat up? No.
Oi.
Oi, more tea.
Oi.
Peter trying to get back in your box.
Sorry.
That E36 was a mess, but we
Yeah.
love you, Tim, but like, you were young. But that car was a mess.
It was fast though.
It was
fast for a non-M.
It was fast on the video.
Was it an M3?
Which one?
Both of them. Anyway. Anyway,
Love you, Tim. Love you, Tim.
Love you, Tim. Love you, Tim. Love you, Tim.
'Cause he does watch.
I've had no
fast, he's
part in
super
that.
and he is fucking rapid.
Boy, he
he's
flies
fast as
now.
fuck.
He is
He flies
fucking
planes. He's
He's
that
so
fast.
fast
Yeah,
now.
cars aren't fast enough.
So, where were we?
We should do more tea. We should do more tea.
Drop tea.
He's brewing like kettles up here. He's teabagging everything.
I'll stop.
Stop.
I get in trouble.
They're friends. They're friends.
We're
Peter.
all friends. We're all
Peter's friends with everybody.
Mm.
He's got friends with everyone.
Wait, do you remember that day we picked up Shermanator?
I do.
It was
you're
3
split up.
E46 M3s up the M40.
Yeah.
That was cool.
That was
track
cool.
cars.
One of them was 40 horsepower more than the rest of them, but they're all neck and neck.
Oh, you're just ready. He's been silently waiting in the corner just for tea.
Wait, we've got videos of all of this. One was 410 horsepower.
Yeah.
But was just as fast
As
the
the
other
370.
two cars. Even though it even had a shorter final drive and a Drexler,
Yeah.
I could not somehow go faster than the other two cars, and I was pinned.
That's embarrassing.
Your splitter did fall off
It
though.
did
It's just
do like 20 meters in the sky.
So you had the aerodynamic advantage.
It's my DRS system.
Anyway,
That's about it. That's
I think
about it.
We'll stop.
I think that concludes.
Are we wrapping up on that point?
Yeah.
Oh, here we go. John's
Thank
off.
you for watching, guys. We will be back next time in a different location. Please, once again, comment any of your questions that you have, and any tea you would like us to spill. We're
Jake
happy to
sat
do that.
on two-step once in a petrol station with his Evo shooting flames out the back of the car, and we had the woman shouting out the window, and we didn't know why.
Remember, we were just unplugging the injector. Or something.
What's the problem?
In a Shell garage.
In toaster, wasn't it? That was it. Because it kept misfiring. I was like, if you unplug the injector and plug this other lead in, it works. And it worked for a little bit, and then you unplug that one and plug the other lead in, and it worked again. So
Idiot.
that was
What does
MK
it look
Sunday
like when
we need
a
to
petrol
finish.
station blows up?
I'm just gonna fade us out.
Okay, just fade us out.